curriculum offerings to improve student employability and fostering lifelong learning. Furthermore, the platform's data analytics ability, global reach, and opportunities for collaboration position it as a critical asset for institutions striving to enhance their reputation. By embracing Coursera, educational institutions can ensure they are at the forefront of the future of education. With this, may I request Professor Shunku Bush, the GCO, as well as the Dean of Engineering, who actually met with them in this last July and started discussing with them about this implementation. So, Professor Bush, please. I definitely want to thank all the our guests from Coursera.
এটা একটু বন্ধ করে দিতে হবে। এখন আমি একটা মিটিং শুনছি, আমি কারোর সাথে কথা বলবো।
Good morning, and probably it's an afternoon as well. So it's a good morning and good afternoon, everyone, and all the faculty members and all my colleagues, those who are on the Zoom. And this is a very important day today that we initiated this discussion about roughly sometimes in April, May timeframe. So me and Coursera representative Manik and Raghav were working closely how best it will fit into Techno India environment. And though we are meeting in a SNU premises today, but it is not restricted to SNU. This association is between Techno India Group, Satyam Rai Chaudhary initiatives, all colleges, all universities. We have a university, Rakhav, whether you know or not, we have a university in Tripura. And we have a new universities coming up in Siliguri. So we are requesting all our faculty members and seniors, deans, professors, and researchers to make utilize of Coursera as much as possible. So I'm sure initial few days, there will be a hiccup, there will be challenges, technological challenges. What I will expect from Coursera team to do the strong hand-holding. So that's why the mode of all the faculty members, those who are here, for the next 3 months, what we call the faculty on board. And that means October, though it's a little bit of a holiday time. So October, November, December. So you should spend good amount of time on a Coursera tailored to meet your next curriculum or next semester curriculum. So which actually for the students on board will be effective from 1st January and onwards. So we are expecting across colleges, across universities, everybody should join. So follow for the further instructions from the Coursera. So in the actual faculty on board program and how your participation will be. Also, besides the curriculum content upliftment and development, and also you have to design that there's a provision that some of the Coursera courses you can make it as a mandatory as a credit. So that will probably enforce or give some sort of a guidance that people to accept the Coursera courses very easily. Or faculty member, my request, particularly the head of the institute. So I'm requesting for each of the head of the institutes or the dean to show the path that Coursera is how valuable. Probably you respectively attended a few courses, depends on your interest, and get the certification. So that if you do the certification on the respective courses, then you can tell that, hey, look that how valuable. So I got certified, so why not you? So that's the way it will be lead by example. It will be very effective. And the faculties has an important role, and I'm sure that it will be a handy tool. So you will get the best of the world lecture. So make our students are also world-class education, the academics environments. Also Coursera, when I was dealing with Manik, I saw that there are over 3,000 or 4,000 projects are there. And today's world, experiential learning is very, very important, and the co-op learning, co-op education. So Coursera will help us to provide, rather than a theoretical learning or the theater style old pedagogy, it will give us an experiential learning, co-op education. So I'm sure the Coursera will add values to you. It is now you all. So my job is to bring up to this point. So now you have to take it forward, make use of your thing, and make our students really market ready. And we'll come out for the students about the certification and what are the things is to be done and all. So next few months, there will be many circulations across the group. And with that, I would like to request the Coursera to take the lead. Is Raghav, you are going to? Or Manik? Manik? Okay, I'm requesting Manik to come forward. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible? Screen. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, my name is Manik Kathuria. I'm the account director for Coursera, and it's good to meet you all. So the idea today, or the reason why we are all here, as the Honorable VC Sir and Dr. Bose already mentioned, is that today we are all embarking upon a big journey. And when I say a journey, it is because the quality content that Coursera has brought for all of you is something that we are giving out to you today, to all the faculty members. And what we are planning to do is, as the structure or as the whole system will unfold, is that there will be content, there will be curriculum which will be shared with you and which will be given to students after a process of 3 months. So today I'm going to talk about how Coursera has been able to strengthen academic excellence and help in student employability over the last few years. Please feel free to ask any questions, any thoughts. But I want to start first with our journey in India. Sorry.
Pin a location on India's map, and you will find a Coursera learner in each and every corner of the country. With over 20 Pin a location on India's map, and you will find a Coursera learner in each and every corner of the country. With over 22 million learners, India has the second highest number of learners on Coursera after the United States. Each learner has a unique dream, but they all have one thing in common. They are building skills online for new opportunities, a new job, a new career, or starting a new business. Their journey began with a life-changing mission. Back in 2012, when Stanford professors Andrew Ng and Daphne Kohler founded Coursera, they envisioned a world where anyone, anywhere could transform their life through learning. The learning revolution rapidly expanded worldwide, and by 2015, Coursera crossed 1 million learners in India. That same year, the Indian government launched Digital India, and the demand for technology skills increased dramatically. Axis Bank became the first Indian company to offer learning on Coursera to employees. In 2016, we launched Coursera for Business with an aim to transform corporate learning and development. Fast forward to 2019, Coursera for Campus launched first in India, and that paved the way for universities worldwide to offer a new way to deliver job-relevant learning. This launch came at a pivotal time, just months before the COVID pandemic shut down nearly every college campus in the world. Learning online became a lifeline for millions of learners. Coursera for Campus served 1 million students across 1,100 academic institutions in India. One learner even completed more than 350 courses during the lockdown. With the highest number of new learners and enrollments on Coursera, India began to lead the world in learning. As access to online learning grew, India's own educational institutions began to transcend borders. A homegrown story began to reshape the world. First time, high-quality learning from India reached the world through partnerships with India's top universities and companies. Today, 25 Indian universities and companies offer 120 courses and degrees on Coursera. So far, 1.1 million learners from 190 countries have learned online from Indian institutions on Coursera, ushering in a new era of Bharat as Vishwaguru. The impact, scale, and diversity are huge within India too. IIT Guwahati's BSc in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence has learners from more than 270 Indian towns and cities. It happens only in India. Here, learning becomes a way of life for the whole family. At Reliance Industries, employees and their families have clocked more than 4 lakh hours of learning on Coursera. The India story continues to inspire us. In the new India, talent can rise from anywhere because they can learn from anywhere. And they can also work remotely from anywhere. Now, generative AI creates new possibilities to transform learning. The India story is about to get even more promising. One thing is for sure, the next headline coming out of Coursera will be from India. Watch this space.
So watch this space. That's what we would want to say. And most importantly, what we would want to talk about is some of the challenges that we have been hearing. And I am keen to, get some inputs from all of you. What challenges have you faced in the last few years in teaching? We can say there are a couple of challenges that we have listed here, but I want to understand from any faculty member here, what do you think has changed? What are your top priorities? What challenges are you basically facing? Any thoughts, any views from the faculty members I would want to know? Anyone? Okay. Yeah. Any more thoughts? Yeah. Attention span, very interesting, very important. Some of the views we have seen, I can't cover all the emerging topics. It's too much for me. I need my students to have more ethical way of using technology, especially in the era of ChatGPT. They say, I don't have the resources to develop content, something that you're also mentioning on the scale. I can't innovate fast enough to keep pace with the skills which are needed by the industry. I need to ensure that my graduates are employable and job ready. Haven't we heard them all? But what is most important is that I think the biggest strength or the biggest struggle is that most of the faculty members are suddenly finding, and we were in the morning discussing with VC sir, that all our jobs have changed. We have been experiencing that and not been able to vocalized it for a very long time. But I think this is very important to understand and acknowledge the change. Change is happening across every spectrum, but in higher education space, the change is more evident. But are we stranger to change? Are we stranger to disruption? This sounds familiar, right? In 1975, majority of teachers and mathematicians, they were surveyed by a magazine and they opposed equipping 7th graders with calculators. They said it's going to take away, their calculation skills. It's going to take away what they do. Now, 1991, the College Board Review, summer 1991, the magazine said, we see the calculator as a tool rather than a crutch. The calculator takes away some of the drudgery and allows our student to explore and to think about ideas. This statement is scary. And why I say so, just remove and change the word calculator with ChatGPT. We see ChatGPT as a tool rather than a crutch. The ChatGPT takes away some of the drudgery and allows students to explore and to think ideas. It's the same. Any change, any tectonic shift that will happen in the landscape, that will happen in the ecosystem, will lead to disruption, will lead to changes. It is up to us. Today, we all have a supercomputer in our phones, in our pockets, practically. So how are we even thinking that, we can be away from change, we can be away from any form of disruption? We cannot be. So the best way is to embrace that change. And technology adoption curves keeps on, getting shorter and shorter day by day. Telephone took 90 years to reach 100 million users. Electricity, 70 years. Car, 60 years. Mobile phones took 16 years. World Wide Web, internet took 7 years. Any guesses on how much time do you think ChatGPT would have taken? Any random number, in your opinion? 1 year? 6 months? 2 months. It took 2 months for ChatGPT to reach 100 million global users. And this is the heightened pressure that we all have to live with. Not only live with, I would say, thrive into. So what we need to do, and this is one part of the story, the education part, the higher education part, or using of ChatGPT in the higher education. Employers, this is a Wall Street Journal coined term, AI recruiting frenzy. 75%, we are taking AWS skill survey and we are taking LinkedIn survey. All these organizations have increased, hiring with AI specialized skills. And not just increased hiring, they are ready to pay 30% premium in the salary. So what does this indicate? How does this translate into the higher education ecosystem? How does this translate into student concerns? Students worry about the impact of AI, about 55%, and 37% students say that they worry about the impact of AI on their career path. But these are the expectations, these are the concerns. How does it lead to an expectation? 72% in our best college survey in September 23, 72% students said that institutions should prepare them for Gen AI in the workplace. Now, the onus is shifting. And when the onus is shifting, what are the concerns coming out? 70% of Gen Z population is using Gen AI, as we mentioned. 48% of Gen Z believes that they are on their way to mastering this skill. So how does that leave you as an educator? And this is irrespective of whether your student is a CSE engineering student or any other branch of engineering or an arts and science or a liberal arts student or a commerce student or a postgraduate management student. Everyone has to work in the new modern workforce, a new modern workplace. So they have to be equipped. And Coursera has been on a mission to actually equip learners on generative AI courses. More than 340 Gen AI courses were launched since September 2023. That's a whooping 713% increase in Gen AI enrollments. So I think the message or the writing on the wall is clear. Students have realized the need. They have understood. It's up to us to actually follow the curve. And they are using it in their work. They are using 56% of college students today are using AI tools to help them complete their assignments. You can see how the web traffic has been increasing since the launch of ChatGPT. And this, of course, brings a very different reality. This, of course, brings a very different two-sided, I would say, two sides of the same coin. On one side, we have AI, which can enable student misconduct. So there are risks. Learners can actually spend less time in learning a course content, and Gen AI can do their work. Or Gen AI is a powerful cheating tool, we can say, and online exams can lack control. And students can also submit inauthentic work. At the same time, we also have to look at the positive side. It can decrease the risk. So scale the question generation, and we will tell you in how you can do that. You can unlock more opportunities to problem solving and test prep for students. Personalized learning, we were all talking about that, and immediate feedback that can be given through generative AI. These are powers which can supersede, and we can control, and we can very well deliver content using generative AI, which can take away the threats. So who are we? Coursera, a global learning ecosystem of more than 148 million plus learners, registered learners, working with more than 7,000 institutions through three businesses, through three parts of our enterprise network: Coursera for Business, Coursera for Government, and Coursera for Campus, for which I'm a part of. And of course, more than 325 plus educator partners, which includes both universities as well as industry partners. And doing some phenomenal work in India across the ecosystem of higher education institutions, management, engineering, liberal arts and sciences. A network of not only universities like Stanford, like Yale, like Michigan, like HEC Paris, like IIM Ahmedabad, like IIT Guwahati, that was there in the video as well, but also industry like Meta, Google, Salesforce, PwC, AWS, the top of the world, which is creating content. And then you have a central nodal area which can connect all of them. So Coursera today has the power of both university and industry partners to collaborate. And we understand students. And we also understand the current Gen Z. We understand their learning abilities, their learning habits. More than 200,000 clips. So clips are basically something like a YouTube Shorts, something like an Instagram Reel, which the current generation is hooked to. So rather than spending or, I would say, utilizing your time in some other resources, they can actually download the app and they can spend their time in micro learning. More than 3,500 plus projects that Dr. Bose was mentioning. Hands-on learning up to 2 hours each. More than 5,800 plus courses. They correspond to 1 credit course. 750 plus specializations, which can be 3 to 6 month courses up to 3 credits. And then 130 plus certificates, which can help in job role certifications. And what about those in the international arena, students who want to actually take up roles internationally, students who want to do further higher education globally? We are also offering professional certificates that provides pathway to jobs and degrees. American Council of Education, ACE, has the degrees which are available, or the courses which are available on Coursera, are certified by ACE and ECTS, which is the European Council. Closer home, we have 10 credit-eligible industry micro-credentials, which are offered by NSQF, National Skill Qualification Framework. Now, these courses, if you just take a look at it, IBM Full Stack Developer course, IBM Data Analytics course, Google Data Analytics, Google UX Design, DevOps and Software, digital marketing and e-commerce, data science. Now, these courses from the industry are also eligible in the micro-credential framework, which is offered by NSQF. So once a student does completes these courses, they are actually having these job certifications ready, and they can very confidently talk to recruiters about these jobs. So what is the network? What is a structure that we are proposing that we work with? We have a 3-pronged strategy in which 4 credit learning is delivered in Coursera for Campus. The 3 wheels of this strategy are learn, teach, and assess. With the learn part, we of course integrate the online platform with your university's platform to help content from the leading industry and global academic leaders to be delivered to the faculty and students. The teach element, which will be possible only after it has been completely done by the faculty members, that tools which will enable faculty and educators to deliver those engaging learning experiences to students. And third, and a very, very important aspect, assess, wherein You verify the learning and maintain the academic standards and quality, especially in the world of generative AI. I want to take a quick stop. Any questions in the room? Any thoughts till now? Okay. So there are two approaches that we can offer and the faculty members can take up in the for-credit learning environment. One is a standalone approach, wherein you fill in the gaps into the curriculum through packages, and I will show you the packages that I'm talking about. You can align curriculum and careers for student outcomes, wherein scale very higher learning quotient with very minimal support and offer credits to students. We can offer them through Coursera packages. The second way is the blended method, which we will talk in detail and give you a demo about Course Builder on how faculty members can create their own content, can create their own courses through the content available on Coursera. But is it just Gen AI, as I talked about? No, it's a lot more. We have business, computer science, data science, health, social science, arts and humanities, and IT. So there is content available across domains, across disciplines. And we will talk in the course builder part on how this unique learning objectives of yours can be met through Coursera Course Builder. For this, I would want to invite Mr. Raghav Gupta for the Coursera Course Builder demo. So over to you, Raghav.
Sorry, please just give us 30 seconds. We'll get this up. Where's the... No, so what do I do now? 1 second. Just need to change this. No, arrange won't help. We need to. How will that help? That won't help, right? We need to make it. It's actually using extended display instead of. Okay, apologies for the technical trouble. If I could have your attention once again. So my name is Raghav Gupta. I'm Managing Director of Coursera in India and Asia Pacific. I'm based out of New Delhi. It's wonderful to be here, and thank you to Professor Chattopadhyay, Dr. Bose, and everybody who's joined us today for the launch of the Coursera and SNU Techno India Group partnership. You heard from Manik about Course Builder, and you heard a lot about generative AI and how generative AI might be changing how we function in higher education. We are going to give all faculty members access to a generative AI-based tool called Course Builder. And the program is launching for you by the end of September. I want to show you a little bit of a quick glimpse of what Course Builder is, because we think this will help you in your teaching and learning. This will help you with creating a curriculum a lot more faster. And all the access will be made available. We'll do a slightly deeper training as well. This is a quick glimpse. Hopefully, you'll find it exciting. It might be a little bit scary as well because you're seeing it for the first time, but hopefully this is helpful. So eventually, all of you will get login to the Coursera platform. You will get a login and password. And as a faculty member, when you come to Coursera, you will see this page where it says create course, right? And I can click on this, and hopefully the internet is going to work. It will bring up a screen which looks a little bit like this. And you'll see on the left, it says, give me the title of a course, generate a course outline, learning objectives, etc. Basically, this is a generative AI-based tool which we will give to you to be able to use to refresh your curricula, bring in new content along with your content, etc. And before I show you this in a little bit more detail, quick show of hands, have you used any LLM, any generative AI tool, ChatGPT? Have people used that? Or anything else, Google Gemini or Bard or anything you have, right? So this is very similar to that. It's available within the Coursera platform. It is powered by a generative AI tool. Now, if I'm a faculty member and I want to teach a course, I can come and give a title to the course. And obviously you're teaching courses already, but this is where you can use this tool as well. I can come in and enter the course topic that I want to teach in regular English. I can add my learning objectives. I can add who my audience is. I can say what is the length of the course, and I can say how many modules I want in the course. And I will obviously have content for my course already. And so if I have my content, I can say upload content. And whatever PowerPoint presentations, PDF documents, Word documents, etc. that you have, you can upload all of that as well, right? And it's in regular English, and you can tell the tool, I want to teach this course, and this is what I want to be able to do. Now, let's say I want to teach your MBA class, and I want to teach generative AI for non-technical professionals, people who are not technical, but who should be using generative AI. And in the interest of time, I did this already. So I said, I want to teach generative AI for non-tech professionals. And I want them to learn the basics of Gen AI and applications. I want them to learn generative AI models, GPT-3, creativity, applications, non-technical, ethics, data privacy, etc., etc. And in this case, I said I'm teaching an executive education class. So I'm not teaching students in campus, but I'm teaching working professionals. So these are non-technical professionals, managers, marketeers, creatives, entrepreneurs, etc. And I said this is a 30-hour course. And I said I'm going to allow the tool to decide how many modules this course should have. And I can upload my content as well, as I mentioned. But for the current moment, we'll skip that bit. Now, once I've entered all of this information, I can just very simply go and say, start generating outline. And like we've seen in ChatGPT or other tools, it starts to populate this. We've trained this tool over the last 9 months, where we are using Google Gemini to power Course Builder on Coursera. And once it gives me an outline, I can then start asking it to start selecting content from the Coursera platform as well. So I will say, start generating outline. And what it'll start doing is it'll start building a course literally like we are seeing. And you'll see on the screen, might not be visible at the back, but it's saying, all right, let's start building. And it's already 4% complete. It's just creating a course outline. And it'll take about 20 minutes to complete this. And in the interest of time, I did this earlier, and this is what it gave me. So it said, okay, you asked for a 30-hour course. It's come up with a course which is 29 hours, 55 minutes. It's given it 3 sections: Introduction to Generative AI, because I said create a course which is Gen AI basics for non-technical professionals, applications of generative AI, and then finally ethics, data privacy, collaboration, and generative AI. And what it has done is basically it's gone to the Coursera platform, which has hundreds of courses and projects, and it has curated all of that content which is relevant to the topic that I want to teach. And I'll show you an example. So in the introduction, or let's look at introduction to generative AI. It went to a Google course, and it picked a video which is a 22-minute video, Introduction to Generative AI. So it's picked a Google video on Introduction to Generative AI. Not very dissimilar to how you would do in the real world, in the physical world, where you would do your research, you would go and pick videos from YouTube, TED Talks, chapters from books and so on and so forth. Here, like ChatGPT can write a poem within 2 minutes. This has taken 20 minutes, and it has written a course outline, and it has curated content as well, right? Then it has taken Introduction to Generative AI reading from Google Cloud, which it estimates is a 30-minute reading. And then it has picked a course called Teaching is a Team Sport, which is quite interesting, from Arizona State University. And this is a 7-minute video. Now I'm like, what do you mean by teaching is a team sport? I can go and preview this, and it'll show me what is this video all about. And the video will come up here, and I can watch this video. And I can view the transcript of this, and I can say, I don't like it. I can delete this. And I can ask it to select some other video if I don't like what it has come up with, and so on and so forth. And I can then close this, and I can say, okay, I can edit the course and all of that, and I can, define what I want to use. Also on the left, you'll see it says question banks. So I can tell the tool, I've now got a 30-hour course. I want to create a mid-semester exam. I want to create an end semester exam. And it will go and build a bank of questions for me, which I can then use in my examinations as well. And what I did, again, I populated this in the interest of time. So it said, it gave me a bunch of questions here, and it said, look, this is the question. What is the term used to describe the process of providing reasoning behind each step? Please showcase all in your answer, and so on. And then it gives me a bunch of multiple choice questions. In this case, I had asked for multiple choice questions. It also tells me which ones are correct. And this seems to be a case of multiple correct answers. So it's given me all the correct answers as well. And so I can create a question bank. I can look at it, and I can say, I agree with these questions. I don't agree with these questions. And you can get your examination paper ready as well. And this can be done for a topic like generative AI. You might say applications of generative AI in journalism. You might pick a computer science course. You might pick an MBA course or a BBA course, whatever you like. But the same approach is going to enable you to use this tool to take your content, which I didn't upload, obviously, but you can upload your content. And in those areas where you don't have content and you want to bring in content from other universities, from other companies, as well as possibly other online sources like YouTube or TED Talks or whatever, you can bring all of that and create a new course. We've shown this to professors in other universities. Many of them told us that it's cut down the time that it takes to refresh their courses by between 50 to 70%. And you're able to bring in resources from many other areas to be able to just completely empower your course as well. So like I said, this is just a quick glimpse. It can help you develop your course outline. It can help you generate the course material. And it can also help you build the question banks for your assessments and so on and so forth. But a detailed induction into this will follow from the end of September. We'll run multiple sessions, and we'll get many of you started so that you can start using this tool to help you in your content and in your curriculum development as well. I just wanted to show that, and very quickly, I wanted to also show one example of a university that we've been working with for a while, who's been using Coursera for Campus. And this is the Manipal University. Now, all of us are aware Manipal University is the top university in the country. They adopted Coursera for Campus in 2017. So since 2017, all students at Manipal University have been learning on Coursera for Campus. And they said, look, the intent is that in today's world, We will provide high quality education to our students, but we will also bring in resources from outside our university. We will bring in content from the world's top universities. We will bring in content from the world's top companies so that our students can learn and build the muscle of lifelong learning. They're using this for credit as well. Back in 2017, Manipal used to be, I think, NIRF 22 or 23 ranked. This year, Manipal is NIRF 4. Obviously, Coursera is not the only reason that the NIRF ranking has moved forward, but we've contributed to the success that Manipal University has seen. This year, 40,000 students on campus are learning on Coursera for Campus at Manipal, and 60,000 students online are learning on Coursera. So about 1 lakh students who've gone through this process for the last 7 years or so. But we are extremely excited to be launching this partnership together with all of you. And Course Builder is one such tool that we will be bringing to faculty members, along with hopefully the exciting, engaging content that Manik showed us, which will be available to both faculty members and to all students as well. Again, thank you so much for the partnership and thank you for having us here today. Thank you so much. If there are any questions on Course Builder or anything else, we are happy to take them. Otherwise, I'll hand back to Professor Chattopadhyay for any additional words that you'd like to share. Yes, sir, please.
This Course Builder picks up only open access resources, right?
Great question. So there are 3 sources of content the way we think about it. Firstly, your own content you can upload into Course Builder, whatever that content
Right.
is. Second, the Coursera platform content, all the content on Coursera platform, which is about 2 lakh clips, the short videos that Manik spoke about, 7,000 full MOOC courses, and about 3,000 projects. It makes that all that available. Plus, if there's third-party content, if you want to use open source content from YouTube or etc., there we'll request you to be responsible for the IP. We can't assure IP there.
Okay.
But for content which is available on Coursera, we take care of the IP. So if it's a video from Michigan University, if it's a video from Google, we take care of the IP there and you can use it in your course.
Okay.
And then once you create a new course using these 3 pieces of content, you can publish it and it can be available to your students.
Okay, that's what you showed actually. Okay,
Haji.
thank you. Thank you.
Haji. Yeah. Sir.
Yeah, the first question is already answered. Anyway, so the second is you said that will be available both to the faculties and the students. So I think the 2 portal will be different, like because we are preparing a question bank that should not be available to the
Of
students.
course,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
So there will be a faculty view, which will be available to faculty, like you said, and there will be a learner view that will be available to learners. There will also be an administrative view. There are lots of strong analytics on the Coursera platform. We can see how learners are progressing in their courses, who's completed what. And then we are hoping that you will use Coursera as a part of for credit as well, so that the examinations, the marks, the grades can also be reported on the Coursera platform. So there will be a faculty view, a learner view, and an administrative view that will be available.
Thank you.
Ma'am, did you have a question? Yeah, there's a microphone here.
So when we create a course, how precise should be the name? Because so it could be that it's not that close or something.
Yeah.
So do we get a preview or some hint for a change or?
Yeah, it's an iterative process. Like you saw, all the inputs that I give it, like I would do when I'm prompting ChatGPT, are all regular English. And when it comes up with a course outline, which is step 1, you can review the course outline and you can make edits. It's very easy to say, look, change this, I don't like this, etc., etc. Then what outline, it will go. The first outline, it will come up within 20 minutes. I mean, it's literally that long. But I would expect that you'll play around with it for a week or 2 weeks before you arrive at the course that you are happy with. So that's where it'll let you iterate, it'll let you edit as well. So it's an iterative process.
The other thing is, what are the different types of files or resources that are available? Because we are talking about experiential learning. So, these days it's very important to make the courses interesting. So
Yeah. So just in terms of the types of learning content that are available, a lot of the learning content is video based, which is on the Coursera platform. And based on our research and pedagogy, we know that, and I think somebody commented about human attention is becoming smaller, especially. Videos tend to be 6 to 8 minutes, 9 minutes, but there's video content. These videos stack up into longer forms of learning. So 6-8 minute videos, but they'll stack up into a 15-hour course. There's reading which is available. There are projects which are available. Let's say I'm an MBA student. I want to work in data analytics. Tableau is a tool that I should learn. Power BI is a tool that I should learn. For me to go and buy these softwares and learn them is expensive. And I need guidance also on how to use Tableau. There's a project on Coursera where without buying Tableau, without buying, you can actually learn that within the Coursera. Those are projects that, for technical students, there are coding environments that are available. And very recently, and we haven't talked about this today, but we'll show it to you next time. We are also using generative AI to act as a virtual coach for in the learning experience.
Teacher meeting.
So teaching a course on negotiation, the AI can act as a negotiation partner. You can actually chat with the AI. You're negotiating the price of a car that you're selling. And as a business manager, it's a skill that you might need to build. And you can actually practice negotiations, so on and so forth. So there are 5-6 types of products that are going to be available. Partly they will serve the objective. We've shown you a preview today. This was just a trailer. So, lots more to come in this.
So much.
Sir, in the regular Coursera platform, there is a Coursera honor code. So when we kind of go for, we click on our assignment. For us, assignments will be blocked. Kind of assess that.
Yeah, great question. Thank you. Coursera has different platforms that are meant for different purposes. So I think the platform that you're referring to is our retail platform, which is Coursera.org, which you can go as a learner. And when you take a course, you're required to publish the honor code and submit to the honor code. It's very easy to say, yes, I will accept the honor code and then to cheat after that, right? Because we're expecting that you're a motivated self-learner who's coming to Coursera. What we are bringing to you is Coursera for Campus. And we know that we want to have assessments and exams which students will take with solid academic integrity. So there's a lot of academic integrity features on Coursera. Proctoring is one of them. You can do 2-hour exams, 3-hour exams like regular university exams. But there are a whole suite of academic integrity features which we will introduce. What you've seen is the retail platform, but what we will have available to the institution is the Coursera for Campus platform, where making sure that students are actually genuinely going through the quizzes, the assessments, and not cheating through that is what the platform will enable. And we'll show you that as we get the program started. Yeah. Okay, but these are wonderful questions and thank you so much. I think it's safe to say you've been paying attention to some of what we've been showing. We are excited about this partnership. And I'm going to hand back to the Vice Chancellor, sir.
Let me see if there is any
Please,
question
please.
from the Zoom participants. Yeah, the Zoom participants, if you have any question, you can come up. You can ask the question, please.
Or if they want to add it to chat, I would imagine that's okay as well.
Yeah, or you can add it to the chat. Any question from the Zoom participants? You have to unmute yourself while asking the question. If you do not have any question, there is one question. Is it completely free or any financial aid would be provided?
Yeah, I can take that. So, and Dr. Bose, I'm saying this on your behalf. The institution is going to make this available to all faculty and students. The institution is investing in Coursera. So there is a commercial agreement between the leadership and Coursera. And to faculty members and students, I believe that it's going to be available without a specific charge per se. Is that fair for me to say, sir? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's satisfied. He's satisfied anyway. Anybody else? Anybody else?
And just to add on to that question, yes, all courses will be free. Many of you might have experienced the Coursera retail platform. This is the Coursera for Campus platform. There are certain differences as well. And you can come and take a course, and when you complete the course, you yourself will get certified and you will get a certificate from the institution who's authored that course. Earlier, content on Coursera mainly came from overseas universities and companies. Now there's a lot of content from Indian universities and companies as well. So the IITs, IISc, ISI, and many Indian companies have authored content as well. So please feel free to look for both as well.
Thank you. Any other question? If there is no other question, we are going to close for today the discussion. But before that, I should request Professor Debashish Chakraborty, our Group Academic Advisor, as well as a Dean of Management, to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Raghav, for this wonderful presentation. Thank you, Coursera representatives. Thank you, Shunku. Thank you, Your Honor Vice Chancellor. I have used, as a Dean of the School of Business in the US, we have actually used Coursera extensively. And I'm very glad to say that it really enhanced two things. It enhanced learning capabilities. It enhanced teaching effectiveness. It's very, very effective. So I think it would be a great day for SNU. We'll remember this day when we actually partnered with Coursera. And I would like to thank Shunku Bosch for taking the initiative. And I think this is a great achievement for the administration. I take part of the negotiation, but I was asked and I wholeheartedly endorsed it because my experience has been phenomenal with Coursera. Thank you for coming, taking the time. I would like to thank everyone attending today and would like to close the session today. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.